Hello. If you guys can hear, I've got a fan pointed at me. If you guys can hear it and it's annoying, then I will not do this. And I'll turn on the air. But I've got like a... Maybe I can move the fan so it's pointed at me, but not hitting the microphone. You can't hear it? It's not like... or anything. This is by Domir Moria. Yeah. Hey Amir and Leo and Sleepy. The trio. Yeah, I really like his stuff a lot. He's got some his drawing is really nice. It's got I don't know, it's got something, there's some zest to it, you know what I mean? There's something happening that's really, yeah. Hey B-Jazz. Convince me, Chris, I'll take a short break. Break from what? Break from what, I mean? Working? Working on what? What are you working on? What are you working on, Amir? Huh? Huh? Need to get on Amir's level. Oh man, these last 2 days. The kitten, she gets up. Oh, I need to chop that off. Go away. Ugh, a man talks at the end of his cover. Ugh. I need to chop that off. This kitten wakes up at like 7 AM at the moment. I need to condition that out of her. It's not good. The last couple of days, getting woken up at 7 AM and then trying to get back to sleep. It's tough. It's tricky. What are you working on, Amir, then? Come on. I want to know. I need to know. Oh, Leo, that sucks, man. No poop? Several big projects. Sweet, man. Got a few portraits to do when people show up. I think I've got everyone written down. So we've got Yokai and Shrap. Sodi and Gibbous. Krasgar. And Weird Bard. Ah, that's the one I didn't make a thing for. Okay. He was gifted one right at the end. Wolfwraith, yo. How you doing, man? Let me open template. Save as Weird Bard. Weird Bard. Boom. Awesome. Yep, Sword of the Stranger. I love that film. I should watch it again. Oh, damn. Working all night, still got a full day ahead of me. Like, deadlines? Is that what's up? You got some deadlines or something? Sketching Zombie. Yo. I will too. Yeah, let's do it. Let's watch it on Movie Time. Tomorrow. Fuck whatever was planned. Let's watch it on Movie Time in the Discord tomorrow. Yeah, that's sleepy. I'm changing the plans. Not happy. Oh, this is a... Ah, I see what that is. I thought it was like a metal, gold metal thing. It's not. It's like a lattice choker or whatever. This is by Domir Moria. me just double check exactly what he said. I just thought I'd do a paint over. Calm the background a bit. Not sure about the values on her. Should I add darker shadows, lighter highlights? What do you think? Yeah, I thought it'd be easiest just to do it, basically. Instead of try to explain, just show it. Essentially, he's displayed the light source from the cast shadow, the vague cast shadow. There's like diffuse light coming from the right, from this side anyway. So there should be, yeah, it should be a bit more binary basically. That's how I like to figure out my lighting at the beginning, at least, is have it more binary, just like lit, not lit, and then get complicated. He's got very like plasticky kind of contrast going on, you know, with no real like. This is the shadow facing side, right? This is the light facing side, and this is the shadow. But cast shadows like this, there should be like this whole side should mostly be shadowed, things like that. It feels like there's shadow here, but it might just be that the, you know, the funny gill things, that's just darker skin, but because of the way he's lit everything, it's hard to figure it out. The guy who built my computer contacted me yesterday and remembered that the Cintiq stand is utter crap. So he found out a laptop stand that seems to be pretty fucking awesome. What Cintiq is it? The 13 HD, right? What is it? What stand is it? I use a Rooster. Well, it's a neck stand, but it's a knockoff Rooster. It's called. And if you use it with the, you know, this shitty, awful, old school stand thing, you know, this terrible stand. But if you combine the two, actually, it's pretty flexible. Like the shitty stand can control the angle, and then the good neck stand can control the height and even more flexibility with the angle. But if there's a better one, then I will. Oh, okay, one of these things. I'd seen these. It just didn't seem very portable. So I went with the more portable solution. It seems to work fine. You'll have to let me know if it's any good. They also serve as a great breakfast table. Yeah, I'd seen these, but it seemed much bulkier, you know? Not a problem if you're not trying to put everything in a bag. Yeah, you'll have to let me know if it's any good, dude. Man, Restream's having problems. It says Twitch is stopped. But, not true. Or maybe true. Hold on, let me double check. Maybe it is true. Can you guys say stuff? Hold on. It did stop. Restream chat. What are you doing, buddy? Alright, let me restart it and see if it works. Vegeta, I mean, that is possible. It just, you got things, there are certain parts of it that kind of line up with the light, but it's not very strong, you know what I mean? Costume Karina. Welcome, guys. Oh, a raid. A raid. Yeah. This is a paint over for a mentee of mine. Yeah, I mean, Vegeta, like you're saying, definitely plausible. I just feel like the light is shown to be coming from this side, but it's very like the shading of her forms is very kind of like non-skin like. It's almost like a plastic, you know what I mean? I think it'd be easier just to correct the way she's rendered. But yeah, that would work. What's up, Costume Karina? What do you do on your stream? You're a LARPer? Not a LARPer. A cosplayer? LARPer. I don't know why I thought of LARPer. It's because of Teemo yesterday. You're making some cosplay? How good was Teemo yesterday? Holy crap. I did not expect that. Specialize in leather. You've been here before. I think we've probably already talked about this. I recognize your name. I'm sure we've talked before. Oh, she's still under there. Costumes for film and TV. Damn. Yeah, Teemo, every time he gets a follow, he dresses in like a, I don't know, a medieval surcoat style thing. Or like a medieval leather jerkin or something while he's streaming. And every time he gets a follow, he like pulls out a real sword and like knights the camera. And he got like 8 follows in a row or something. It was hilarious. And he goes through this whole like knighting ceremony each time. It was amazing. Karina, are you able to like share a photo or something of what you were doing? Is that possible? Hello, Krasga. Yeah, I'm working on a paint over for a student, for a mentee. Just figuring out some values on his character. Trying to get the materials more separated out and readable. TwitchCon inventory right now. This kitten okay? What's she doing? I think she wants somewhere dark to sleep, maybe. Oh. She's all the way under there with her head like tucked around the corner. I'd like to make this costume you're drawing. Yeah, this isn't my work. This is just a paint over. So you need to talk to Domir Moria. He's the guy who. This is his work, and I'm just trying to get his materials a bit. I don't know, more readable. Separate skin from fabric from metal, you know, and then light. Does he have a portfolio somewhere? I need to ask him for his social media links, actually. Although, did he share them? He's got a DeviantArt and an ArtStation, yes. I need to see if he's got, like, Instagram and stuff. He's got an Imager sketchbook. Last time I saw him draw an amazing armored man. I do armored dudes all the time, yeah. Tons of armored guys. I do some dragons as well. Yeah, dragons. Yeah, post links. You don't need permissions or anything. Yeah, I think Demir is trying to transition into like getting serious because his art station's like brand new, and his DeviantArt has got like 8 watches. Oof. So yeah, I think he's like, okay, I need to start being online. I think he's a bit like me. He was just being quiet and lurking and working on his skills without, advertising himself at all. I think he's a bit like myself. Whoa! What? This is... Holy shit, are there detail shots anywhere? Look at that, it's leather. That's awesome. Dragon scales, sweet. Use overlay for this. Multiply. It's painted. So this is part of a larger costume, right? 200, that was 4 years ago, okay. So I have to scroll down a lot to see. Do you have any photo of it with the rest of the outfit? Or do you generally make the leather work and then you pass, and then that gets sent to the client and then they take care of, the rest? I guess so. You've got some awesome, holy crap, look at this. I like that. Right, yeah. I like this a lot, this is cool. Selfies. That's really cool. You know what I haven't seen in a while? Bjorn's workshop. You must know Bjorn, right? He's a leather worker as well, right? Damn, he got some really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. I feel like Demir here is really close to producing some very, very cool stuff. I think it's just this is lighting and materials that he needs to concentrate on, I think. But I met him a few weeks ago, really, because he's doing some internship or something, right? That he was super excited about. I haven't seen him in ages, months. Is there much of a leatherworking community on Twitch? I don't really know much. You know, I find on the Twitch in the art section, you tend to there's certain circles that you interact with. You know what I mean? Like I normally end up interacting with other digital painters or fantasy artists. That's pretty much it. That tends to be who I'm like always raiding, or they're raiding me, or you know, talking to each other. Sometimes forget that there are other like communities in the art section. Hey Dragonov, what up? Oh, there's an airplane. There are quite a few of us. Must be quite a tight community. Makers and crafters. Ah, okay. Intending for Prince Armory, which is like what I do, but on a better budget, right? Good Dragonov, doing well, man. Doing real well. Yeah. Doing a paint over. Oh, I was Sam Peterson went to Lightbox Expo, and on his one of his VODs, he's talking about some stuff he learned there, and he was talking to some Riot splash artists. They're saying they spend 4 to 6 weeks on every splash art, full time in-house, 4 to 6 weeks on a splash art. Wowza. Dragonov, you should take a look at the Riot. That suits the kind of, that sounds like you like to spend a long time on a piece, right? And really polish it up. That is amazing, yeah. Talk about grinding, right, yeah. I mean, the results speak for themselves. They're always like flawless. Flawless. Yeah, Amir. He breaks down. There's like a proper breakdown of time frame. It was like research was 1 to 2 days, sketching was 3 to 4 days. So that's basically the first week is just research and sketches. And then they had like, yeah, he broke down the exact like phases it goes through. And there's 2 weeks for rendering. 2 weeks just for rendering. And then it was like a week for feedback and changes, and then another week. I can't remember how it went down, but yeah, it's just super like cool to see it broken down like that. But yeah, they spent 2 weeks. Like they spent 2 weeks establishing the piece, and then 2 weeks rendering it, and then 2 weeks, like making tweaks and, you know, putting on like final bling and like really considering it and, you know, making sure it's perfecto, basically. That's basically how it broke down. But yeah, in those first 2 weeks, they want to get it to a place where there's no more decision making to be made, and the next 2 weeks are just rendering. Like no decisions have to be made anymore. It's just like just polish. Yeah. And I'm sure during like that second week, because the first week is mostly down to the individual artist to get it started, and then the second week it goes probably through like a ton of people. And he's like, no, not that, no, not this. And the next guy's like, oh, well, what about that? And then it probably goes through like just loads of people, the whole art department, and then goes back to the artist, and then back through again. I expect
2 million baht.
2 million.
Mm.
Who painted it?
Thai people.
Like famous Thai person or?
Now just study. And this is the big problem in Thailand. Some Thai group, they say it's bad because like what is the bully? Because this is the monk, right?
Yeah.
And they put Ultraman.
Oh, I see. Right.
2 million baht. Ultraman.
But no, I'm not saying like, oh wow, it spent so long on a single painting. I'm looking at it from the other way. Like, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, they just want to make it awesome. Exactly. They're just like, this has to be fucking awesome. So we're going to spend a month and a half on this until it's magnifique. I want it on me and the tablet. I want to definitely hit this.
Yeah. It's okay.
It's hitting the microphone now, though. That's the problem, baby. Can you hear that? I don't know. So it's hitting the microphone, this is the problem. Yeah. Baby. I had it good. Alright. Thank you, Karina. Just plug it in. Add wind. Ah, right. It's like an audio drama now. I'm not sure if it's the mic anymore. I don't know. Magnifique. Yeah, see, in some ways, like, being able to have, like, 4 weeks to work on a single painting sounds amazing, but in other ways it sounds like a nightmare, you know? what I'd like is 4 weeks when a painting really I really feel the painting and I want to spend 4 weeks on it. Awesome. But when I'm like, nah, I just want this one to be done and out of the way, having to spend 4 weeks on that piece sounds less cool. Just got art block because I spent 1 week. Right. The presentation at Lightbox was by, I think he's a Chinese artist maybe. And he said when he first got there, he spent a week on a piece and turned it in. And they said, no, you got to spend longer. You got to go back. And he kept trying to turn it in, and they kept saying, nope, nope, more. And he said it was awful. And then the next one he did, he spent 2 weeks before he first tried to turn it in. And he said he like slowly built the skill up of like being able to spend a long time on a piece. What? Rain. Ah. I need to have at least 7 things. I do like to have like a rotation going to, yeah. I like to have like 3 or 4 paintings is really comfortable for me. This tends to be most comfortable. I've got too many at the moment. Somehow it's gotten crazy. Got tons of unfinished pieces. But yeah, 3 or 4 is a good number. More. Sword of a Stranger. It's quite a bland name, isn't it, Sleepy? Sword of the Stranger. Yeah, the soundtrack's really nice. But the film itself is great as well. It's not a long film. Maybe 90 minutes. Really simple story, but just told like they just nailed it, man. It's a good name. I don't know. Sword of the Stranger. It sounds. I'm sure in Japanese it was like, yeah, great name. If you translate it to English, Sword of the Stranger. I don't know. I'm not into it. It makes sense in context though, because the main character is known as the Stranger. And he refuses to draw his sword. That's not spoilers, by the way. That's established really, really early. It feels anime, so I like it. The names I need you guys to keep an eye out for, and maybe remind me if I forget. Oh yeah, Krasgar, your character. You were here, right? You lurking, my man? You've got a character. Sodi, Trav, Yokai, Weird Bard, and Gibbous. Gibbous normally gets here late, so. Oh, okay, you're waiting for me. Okay. Now, let me work on this a bit more. Are you ready? I'll work on this a bit more, and then we'll do yours, if you're ready. Cool. Sweet. feel like we're nearly there with it. This is the bad bit in the film. Can you tell? It's the bad bit. Ennio! Hey, hey! So she's chilling out down there. She wants somewhere to hide, I think. And she's okay with it. She's such a sweetie, this little cat. She's a proper little... If you start walking around the room, she'll get up and start following you around the room. If you lie down on the floor, she'll lie down next to you. She just wants to chill with you.
The first time I see a woman,
Oh, it's not mine.
okay?
It's for a student. And I just do paint over on it. Yeah, I don't paint many women. Daddy Hyanid. It's raining heavy. I think I'm almost ready here to move on. Maybe that shouldn't be like that. Augmented pimp cane. Who draws cool dragons? Where can I find them? Depends what you mean by cool. But depends what you mean by cool, really. I feel like there's a lot of cool dragons, but all depending on taste. Cynthia Shepherd did that black versus white dragon thing that I really like. Todd Lockwood has a lot of very like D&D, like classic D&D dragons. He's kind of maybe the granddaddy artist for the classic D&D dragon at the moment. There are some really cool dragons in Guild Wars, but they're quite like Guild Wars 2. There's some cool dragons, but they're quite like stylized, I guess. Um, other cool dragons. I like Paul Dameron's dragons. Obviously, they feel like snake. They feel very real and gross a lot of the time, and dangerous. Bless you.
What?
Bless you.
What is this thing?
Alua Tosin, thank you for the follow. I think something else you could do is like reflected. There's this blue, right? It would be cool to have the blue in the shadow areas. Wow, that is heavy. Zina, yo. Oh, that's the record. I don't think you did, man. Let me have a look. Man, especially some blue in these metallic things. Absolutely. And in the armor. Oh man, this part of the film always makes me tear up. I've seen it so many times. And this part of the film, I always tear up. When this music's playing. When this music starts, it gets me every time, man. And the powerful music comes in right as it gets emotional. Oh, it's good. Andrew, your name's Andrew. Bubbles. You've definitely got like a distinct. You paint. What would you say your goals are with your art? It's very distinctive. You paint like one's a shoe. These are some bubbles. You know what I mean? Like, what is it that you think you're? Where are you heading? What it's like abstract. It's like this one's just steps and windows. Is there a particular like? How do you pick what you're going to paint or draw? Is it like nice composition in a photo, or what is it? That's some heavy rain. Gosh darn. A lot of time thinking about it. What is it what makes you think about it, right? You spend a lot of time thinking about it. What made you settle on bubbles? Some like you know, an arrangement of bubbles? What made you settle on that? You could paint anything, you know, but there's a reason that you choose to paint some bubbles or a shoe or some stairs in a window, because it's so different from what I do, obviously. I want to understand, man. Gusfield, thanks for the follow, dude. Okay, I think we'll stop it there. There's still a lot more that can happen here, but like, holy shit. Spent a lot of time daydreaming about bubbles. Huh. Cool. And we'll leave it here. Hopefully this is enough for the Mia to work with. Creative marketing materials. Creative marketing materials, okay. Alright. Let me throw some red here. Right, I get that, Zyno. I know. I mean, that can work for some people, but if you take a look at people that are really successful in their field, they have one thing that they do better than everybody else. You know, if you think about like artists and graphic designers that are really successful, the ones that you know of, you know, the ones that you hear about, they normally have like a thing they do. And when someone wants something, they want that thing, they're like, oh, well, go to him. He's the guy, he's the best at that thing, you know? But there are artists that make the jack of all trades thing work as well. I just think it's less common. I know it feels like a safer bet, but I'm not sure it is. Even like concept artists who need to be flexible, they tend to still have something. The ones that do really well, they tend to have something they do like just incredibly, you know, just one thing. Like they're amazing, like environmental matte painters or something. Yeah, if you think that's what you are, then definitely go with it. I've got to stop. Keep looking at things and like, oh, we can improve that. Okay. Yeah. I think it was this way, right? Rosgar. I too am a potato artist. I just think they're neat. What do you think is neat, Guernsey? What do you think is neat? Designers stuff? Potatoes. Oh, cool. I think they're pretty neat as well. You are British, so obviously you have to have a certain love for potatoes, otherwise how would you get by? How would you cope? Gioror the Bearded. Ironed Renegade Assassin. Backstabber. Renegade as in, like, not a... He's not very... He doesn't cooperate with his fellow Hionid, I guess. He's a traitor in some form. Sorry if you guys can hear, like... It's insane outside. He's against body mods. Oh, okay. Bearded. Does he have a beard? The beard. I just call him the beard. What was it? Ironed Renegade Assassin. Renegade Ironed Assassin. Valve made a good statement about being a potato. They said they hire T-shaped people, so you know a little about everything. Then you have one specialization. Yeah. Yeah, I think, well, that's definitely in a video game pipeline, to understand the whole pipeline, but be really good at what you do, but still understand what everyone else is doing. You know, get it on some level. It makes you better at your job as well, right? You're able to, like, if you're a concept artist, but you understand how 3D modeling is done, you can make better concepts. You're not going to make concepts that cannot be modeled in 3D, you know? Things like that. I guess that makes a lot of sense. Data means generalist. I've never heard of that. I always think of potato, I guess it's because I played World of Tanks, and in World of Tanks, a potato is someone who's awful, and is like a noob. Yeah, Guernsey. A lot of concept art is now done in 3D. Yeah. I guess not the best example, because now a lot of concept is 3D. But you know what I mean, right? So he's an assassin, an unmodified Ironed assassin. Could he be a Crimson Dagger? Do you think he'd be a dagger? He wouldn't need to have a mask on or anything. Ah, I see. Okay, I got you. He'd still use tech, but he just wouldn't. He doesn't like modified. Gotcha. SketchUp. Yeah, I've been looking at either. I need to learn a bit of SketchUp or Blender. I'm not sure which yet. I need to test out Blender and see what it's really capable of at the moment. Like, I haven't used it in years. I'd like to sculpt as well, and I know Blender can sculpt, so maybe it'd be easier just to become familiar with Blender. Hey Panda. Yeah, exactly, Skyfish. Yeah, I used Blender like 10 years ago, and I haven't used it since. But I'd like to do some basic like 3D modeling for architectural, environmental style stuff, and some sculpting because I end up painting the same kinds of characters over and over again. It'd be nice to just have base models just to quickly like make compositions, then totally paint over them. It'd be nice to have just base models, and because I do want to get into miniatures, you know, like figurines and stuff. So Blender would do all of it, but I'm not sure it's the best way for me to accomplish all of it. Alright, Dragonov. Hey, dude. I'm in over my head with all this information on art style. Art style? Fuck art style, man. Art style sucks. Don't think about art style. That's what I say. Just let it be what it is. What's the name? Is it Striped Hyena? They have names. Click the wrong button. Sucking through mileage, indeed. So you sculpt in Blender, do you, Skyfish? I've done some sculpting in ZBrush, and it was amazing. And just like you, I took to it really quickly a few years ago. I just tried it out. And yeah, in an afternoon, I was like, this is amazing. And it was not a challenge. At first, like figuring out the UI and trying to, you know, get the tools I needed and understand where the basic shit was. I had to watch a tutorial for that. But after that, it was just sheer fun. Almost made me think I should go into 3D. I should go into sculpting. I should leave painting behind and sculpt instead. I had that kind of crisis. Not much. It feels intuitive. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I need to test out Blender and see what it's good at. I don't mind that, Panda. I really don't mind. I really don't mind people doing fan art and just doing whatever they want with it. I really don't care. The only issue would be people confusing it for official art and being like, the Nidian Legacy is sexy? this is like some sort of sexy thing, that'd be frustrating. But I think the chances of that happening are quite low. Yeah, that's what I'd heard, Skyfish. Mindwaker here is an experienced blender artist. G-Boy, my son. Beat. Beat. Cheek. Cheek. I'm sick today. Are you playing like Diablo or Overwatch or something? It's a hyena, but I'm basing it on a striped hyena instead. Dropkick panda. Roughly, you know, roughly. Krasgar wanted a hyena Ironid, which is based on hyenas, but maned, you know. So I went with the striped hyena. I might look at the maned wolf as well, actually. Just take a quick look. Maned wolves are so cool. Oh. Yeah, they don't have much of an actual mane. They're more like a Mohican, a Mohawk wolf. That's cool. Nice. Some hentai. Okay, so Krasgar, do you reckon he'd be a Crimson Dagger? This guy, a mercenary? Do you think? Or no? Not that it's going to make much difference. I don't know. I'm not sure how it would really affect. You would? Okay. Not really sure how it would affect the painting yet, but we can also... we can figure it out over time, right? Yeah. He's just a killer. he's a killer. I gotcha.
Okay. Please.
It's fur. It's on this, I think. On the cat. We're doing the hardest thing in art class. Legit the hardest. Yeah? What's the legit hardest thing in art class? Okay, what weapon do you think? What kind of weapon, Krasgar? I know you say he uses technology, so we can maybe soup it up. We can have like an advanced version. Horses. What kind of weapon? Because Crimson Daggers are like defined by the weapon they use. Or they're kind of, that's how they relate to each other. Oh, you're the axe guy, or whatever. Well, not the axe guy. The long axe, or pole axe guy, or whatever. Oh, like a punch dagger. I did Dropkick Panda, yeah. It never went away. They wouldn't take it away, so I was like, okay, I'll play ball. I haven't given any of these characters, like the lightning powered weaponry stuff. Can't have it there though, because it completely fucks with the. Oh, okay. Hmm. Must be desperate. There's a lot of people, Panda, who are restreaming while affiliate. Yeah, I found them like when I was looking. I was thinking like, do I get rid of my affiliate? I looked for other people doing it, and I found quite a few people just in the art section. And I thought, well, I thought it'd be better just to get rid of it anyway and try to, maybe ask people to pledge on Patreon or just support me in other ways because Twitch takes such a big cut. But yeah, they just haven't got rid of it, so there's no real reason for them to get rid of it, Like if they get rid of my affiliate, then they just lose out on money, basically. I'm not really sure. Like, what? They're gonna ban me, but then they get nothing. Like, it's sort of weird. I'll read your long message and then I'll time you out for being a jerk, G-Boy. You have to draw a still life, but like you have to use the stick thing to get the width. And after finding the width, you have to find the height. And then the only thing you can use a ruler for is lines. Oh, so sight size and that's how you draw from life, man. That's just how you do it properly. That's how you do it accurately. Boom. There you go. Yeah, but it's still pretty bad. It's still pretty bad, Panda. It's never like... I don't know what Mix's cut is. I only timed him out for a second. It's just a little slam. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Twitch really takes a giant cut. Hey, bro. Yeah, I really feel like Twitch's cut is a bit of a big oof. Alright, so Hynid don't really wear that much apart from metal stuff, so I'll give him like a shoulder drape or something, yeah? And just be like, there you go. That's more of a casual Hynid type. Because they don't really... they're not in the habit of wearing things. They're very animalistic. They're animals that can... they're animals with some sort of higher consciousness, but not much more. Yeah. Oh. I see, bro. You have to remember, G-Boy is 15. Kind of. Do you have another PC you can plug it into and test it out on, Panda? Then you can be sure. Yeah, it was Aero. Aeroziffer. But the only way of really knowing if it's like a hardware issue is if you try it on another PC. Wacom for $40. Really? They're that cheap? Yeah, he has a long neck indeed. Yeah, he's Guror the Bearded. So yeah, he's got a bit of a mane. Got his mane on. I think I wanna some of that going on. Lunch! Nom nom. Just try making his head bigger and see how it looks. He's quite a tall boy. That really changes him. How do you prefer Krasgard? Bigger head or the smaller one? I've given him two. I think he'd have two punch dagger things. Yeah, it does, yeah. It looks more convincing proportions, but it definitely makes him look big. Do you think it's cool? Stab someone. So we can put a little bit of shiny in there. Yeah, I imagine it's like a gauntlet thing, punch gauntlet thingy bobby with a blade. You know, you've seen them. Poison dispenser. Yeah, I imagine. I don't know. This will have to be some form of. I imagine these would be higher tech. I don't know how yet, but that's what I'd like. I think it'd be cool. Maybe some mechanical things. I don't know, something to show that these are higher tech than they look. Yeah, I don't really know about clothing. Hyena people don't normally wear clothes. They normally just decorate themselves with metal. So I'll have to have a good think. Maybe he... How do you feel about metal decoration on it? Like those circular plates. You remember them, Kresgar? They're like circle things that they dangle on themselves. Yeah, good point. Okay, if you could just have them like separated out so they can't touch. They don't, but they don't wear chainmail. Hyenas. Hyenid. I'm trying to strike the balance between. This isn't a D&D character, you know. I'm trying to strike the balance between like what Krasgar wants and what fits in with the Nidian legacy. I'm trying to find like a nice middle ground. Yeah, naked under the cape, I think. Yeah. And he's just got this shoulder cape thing, and maybe some dangly plates. Naked is indeed silent. Yeah. So you dangle too loud. Thud. Drag. No, he didn't like the shoulder armor, which is, I think, is fair. And like I said, they don't really wear armor. It's not very common. Like these things, he probably would have found off someone else. He probably would have stolen them or killed someone for them. They're like, these are great. Exactly, yeah. I like your little hand things. I want them. They have like steel muzzles. Yeah, this isn't D&D though. That's what we got to try and remember. This is not D&D. Like this, he's not a D&D rogue, you know. He's a Hyanid from the Nidian Legacy. So we got to try and make him fit in a bit, even though I know he's renegade, he's traitor, he doesn't fit in. Yeah, he's cool. Maybe. Oh. Maybe his fuzz kind of like goes on his arms as well. He's got fuzzy arms.